September 16th. I will let Meredith explain the remote procedures.
I just wanted to introduce
Oh,
people first, or which way you want to do it.
Tell us who you are.
Rob Goodwin, DRB Vice Chair.
Kevin O'Connell, board member.
Meredith Crandall, staff.
Catherine?
You mean it?
Okay. Oh, you're now on chair.
Alex Hellas, board member.
Joe Kiernan, board member.
Catherine Burgess, board member.
Awesome.
I think that's everybody.
Yep.
Great.
Sound. I can hear the echo.
It's okay.
No,
Okay.
The button up here.
What? Nobody in person.
nobody else.
All right.
Okay. So we are going to move through the remote procedures by Meredith, and then we will continue on with our application.
All right. So I will keep this quick because we just have somebody to represent the applicant and board members on. Okay. So, yes, everything shows. So for anyone viewing tonight's meeting via ORCA Media, you can participate in the Development Review Board's discussion through either video or telephone access options. You can either, if you want the full video experience, you can type this link into your web browser. I'll get a notification that you want to get into the meeting. Alternatively, you can dial this phone number and when prompted, put in this meeting ID. And again, I'll get a notification and let you into the meeting. If anyone is having problems accessing the meeting, please email me at mcrandall@montpelier-vt.org. I will be monitoring my email throughout the meeting. For everyone attending via Zoom, turning your video on is optional. Please do keep your microphone on mute when you're not speaking. This will help reduce background noise. And a reminder that the Zoom chat function should only be used for troubleshooting or logistics questions. If you have a question or comment about an item on the agenda, please raise your hand, either physically or by using the raise hand button on your Zoom toolbar, and then wait to speak until the chair has recognized you. In the event the public is unable to access this meeting, and I would get notification of that via my email, the meeting will need to be continued to a time and place certain. I will now hand the meeting back over to the chair.
All right. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the agenda? I'm kind of a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make such a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I,
Aye. So the application that we're dealing with tonight is 0 Elm Street. Kurt, you're here to speak for the applicant, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Interesting.
It's a request for a new driveway with less than the minimum spacing. It's basically the application. Do you need to be sworn in?
Yeah, he does, because
Okay.
he represents the applicant, not the city.
Okay. Kurt, I'm gonna let you explain basically what's going on here, but if you would raise your right hand. Solemnly swear that you're here to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under the pains and penalties of perjury. Yes?
I do.
Okay, thanks. That's great. So if you could do a quick description of what this application is.
Okay. So it's really just a driveway application. That as you noted, it does not meet the standards and zoning. So we did a bridge project. We replaced the Grout Road Bridge, the city did. And as part of that project, we had to get an easement from the property owner that owns this property. And part of the easement was, to support a driveway application to this process. So it's about, I believe the driveway edge is about 50 feet from Grout Road Bridge. The standard, I believe, is 200 feet. And, the reason why, we would support this variance is that Grout Road only has 3 houses on it. So low traffic street.
Right.
And the sight lines in this area are really good, relatively straight road. There's no real obstructions that would, pose a safety hazard for allowing this driveway.
Okay. Seems like a pretty good summation. basically looking through the staff report, looking through the regulations that apply to this, we can certainly go through the standards. There's no new use, the tongue tied. That there are no new uses or proposed for this vacant parcel. So there's an existing driveway there now that has been in use. That has, according to the Department of Public Works, not provided any kind of issue due to the low amount of traffic there. It does not it complies with the dimensional standards of 3002 and 3003. And the water setback is evaluated separately, but that also seems to be fine in terms that there are buffers on it, but this driveway does not run into any of them. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Thanks. I guess my concern primarily in something like this is that the Department of Public Works is okay with it. That seems like they know what they're doing. They know, I mean, they've got those line of sight things. They've got this, so that if they're not feeling like there's an issue with it, I'm inclined to move that along. Other people want to talk about other parts of this?
No, it's, Kurt, I'm barely familiar with the site, so if someone were to say they could put the driveway off of Grout Road itself, because maybe that would be safer, I don't know, I'm just saying out there. Seems to be there's like a significant bank there and be a lot of grading would maybe be needed that would take up a bunch of the parcel. Is that
Yeah,
right?
so I can respond to that if you want. So we looked at having the driveway come off Grout, and the issue is that it's really close to Elm, so getting a car into the correct lane in order to turn off or turn onto Elm, it's potential that you would be obstructing Grout by not being able to make the full radius.
Yeah.
And then there's also a guardrail off the bridge, so they're really limited to how far back from Elm the curb cut could be on Grout.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work as well, just dimensionally for the cars to make the turning movements.
That makes a lot of sense.
Does anybody else have any questions or want to discuss this further? Happy to talk about things. Can I get a motion? We'll add some discussion to it in a moment, if needed.
Make a motion. Motion to grant access for minimum spacing exemption for a new curb cut at 0 Elm Street, parcel 176022001 as presented in application Z 2024-0086 and the supporting materials. I don't believe there are any conditions that I feel necessary.
Okay.
I'll second.
All right. Any further discussion?
I think it's as straightforward as we've been treating it, and right
Okay.
ahead and deal with it.
All right. Catherine, did you have your hand up?
Oh, no, I agreed straightforward. I came on the video in the event we're voting soon.
Okay. All right. Let's do a roll call.
Rob votes yes.
Kevin,
Kevin votes yes.
Alex votes yes.
Joe votes yes.
Catherine,
Votes yes.
and I vote yes as well. So that is unanimous. Thanks, Kurt.
Okay, thank you all. Have a good
Thanks,
night.
Kurt.
Thanks, Kurt.
I have to do a written decision before it's official, but with no conditions. As soon as that written decision is done and Sharon signs it, we'll be able to issue the permits.
Great. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Kurt.
It's still subject to appeal timelines, correct? 45 days,
So 30 day.
30 days.
30-day appeal from the date the decision is signed.
Got it.
So it's still subject to that,
Yeah.
but I also got no public comments from any neighbors.
Yeah, no, it's good.
So it makes it a little harder.
Move it along.
Yeah.
Yep.
One more thing to take off the,
If she-
off the plate.
Yep.
Okay. Has everybody had an opportunity to review the minutes from the August 19th meeting? Did you guys see them? August 19th minutes?
Yes,
Anything?
nothing to correct. I move to accept.
Okay.
A second that acceptance.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposing? Okay. Other business that we might have to talk about this evening.
Only that I actually have no applications for October 7th. So you can change that next meeting date to October 21st unless somebody has some reason they want to meet on October 7th for a learning experience.
First snow by then.
Gonna pass on that, sorry. Do we have applications for the 21st?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I've
Okay.
there's stuff pending.
Right.
I have things where we're like, come on,
Right, get the work done.
bring it in. But no, I don't, we're dealing with a bunch of,
It's been a really slow
flood
year.
remediation stuff that doesn't come to you all. So those are all still working through. That was this at design review. We had, Kellogg Hubbard Library stuff, a little bit of exterior work that had to be done along with their flood remediation and moving all their utilities up and creating a waterproof room in the basement. Those are the kinds of things we're dealing with that doesn't come to you.
No, it's
At least
been,
they could come to us. They don't like what you say, so they must like what you say.
yeah, right.
So far,
Yeah, it feels like it's kind of been a light year.
It's been.
You know, we've had a
extremely-
couple-
Extremely light.
Yeah,
on new stuff that comes to you all, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just doesn't seem like we've had very
It's,
much.
I'm hopeful that we'll start seeing more things. I mean, that's the city just, what, a few months ago, the spring? I can't remember when exactly it happened. Adopted their new policy on development agreements where the city helps out with utilities and things.
Oh,
And
right.
they're working on also like adding to or creating a new TIF district. So those things may speed up some of that development
avenues.
and the whole, the fact that the Act 250 exemption, interim exemptions have gone into play for the
Right.
next 2 years. I'm hopeful we'll see some other things that
Well.
come before y'all.
We are here to serve as soon as there's an applicant. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes,
Aye.
Aye.
that's gotta be a record.